Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight, as you can see, it is dark, so it is a late night session that I was just sitting in my living room and I'm like, I should just film these things that are thoughts that's in my mind. But before we get into this video, if you are not subscribed, subscribe down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy this type of content, and share this with a friend or someone that you think it would be beneficial to. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so like the first thing I want to talk about is like things that will kind of make you say, like, if you know that you are in an emotionally draining relationship. One of the things that I can tell you, and everything that I say, I'm 48 years old, so I have a lot of experience with ups and downs in relationships, and how things pretty much, no matter who you talk to or people that have shared with me that were older than me, have told me, you know, it's like a revolving door. It's the same script, different cast, and it's a type of person that you definitely want to stay away from. Number one is, does this person, when you have an issue, does your mate, whether you're a man or a woman, does your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever, when you tell them that you have an issue, like if you say, well, so-and-so, I have an issue with blah, blah, blah. If the first thing that person wants to do is play the blame game or say, well, you can believe what you want to believe, or think however you want to think, a lot of times genuinely don't even care, to be honest. Someone that cares is going to make sure that you feel safe in their company, in their arms, in their space, period. Yep, number two, and I'm just going to go through these kind of fast, and you can just kind of play with them yourself and kind of see, you know, is this something that happens with me, or, you know, how do I feel about this, or could I bring this up and see, or whatever. So like, I wrote these things down too, 10 of them. Trust me, there's so many more. Does your person refuse to have those hard talks? Are you with somebody that doesn't even care that things bother you? Or if you have something, I don't mean being petty, I mean like if it's something that has altered your relationship and you need answers to it, does your person allow you to express that and try to, especially if they're the person that messed things up? Like, is that person willing to fix them? Or is that person telling you you need to find somebody to help you? If they're telling you something like that, 9 times out of 10, they're not invested enough to care. Because I'm going to tell you, no matter what a situation is, if a person says, well, I just can't understand it, I guarantee you they'll understand it if the roles are reversed. Everybody know, you might not know what to do, but you'll learn real quick if it's you. And then number 3, does that person move the same way they were moving when they made those mistakes? Are they doing the same things? Are they in the same crowds? Are they enticed by doing the exact same thing that they've been doing for decades? A lot of times when you see someone that's still doing the same thing, it's because they're not tired of it. It still interests that person. They still get an excitement from it. And that'll show you a person's maturity. Because one thing I have come to realize with growing older, you stop caring about the way someone looks and you will start caring about their mind. The way a person thinks is so much more attractive than what they look like, what they drive, what they offer, how much money they make. What do you think like? You gotta think about that. Okay, 3 and 4 was kind of together, like the same type of people. Are they around the same influences? Do the same things get them excited? Number 5, does he or she, whoever the breadwinner is, do they just pay for things, pay for bills, pay for everything, and you have 100% of that down to a T, but you're missing everything else? Can you connect spiritually? Can you connect mentally? Can they pour into you something besides a trip, a gift, some money, bills being paid? Do they spend time with you? Genuine time. I don't mean time on the phone or time scrolling or time people watching. Nobody's going to sit and stare in each other's face 24/7. I mean, who does that? Nobody. But When you love your person, you're going to be in tune with them. You're going to know things about them. And if you don't know, you're going to want to know. And so, can they offer something more than money? If they can't offer something more than money, it'll kind of make you question, like, okay, so what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? We need to, this is cute, this is fun, but give me more than that. Number 6, at those low points in your life, is that person there for you? Or do they leave you to fend for yourself? Do they act like it's business as usual? Or do they stop whatever their life is? I don't mean if you're working, stop working, or if you do this or that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when there is a life-changing situation, a death in the family, a birth, a surgery, a move to another part of the United States. Do they act like it's business as usual, or are they compassionate enough to slow down and take care of you? Like, can they do something for you in those hard times? What are they doing for you in those hard times? Because you don't have to have a degree to have empathy. There is a such thing as empathy. Do they expect it to be business as usual? Okay, well, the bills still got to be paid. The kids still need to go to school. You still need to do this, this, and this. This housework need to be done. Or are they taking the load off of you and saying, you know what? You need to take this time for you. And however long it takes, I am here for you. I will pick up the slack. That's where better and worse comes in the hard times, and the easy times, the good times, the bad times. Like, anybody can be there for you when everything is going good, when the sex is good, the money is good, we're vacationing, we're having all this fun, we're doing these trips. But what can you do when it's time to be quiet? What do you have to offer? When your money doesn't mean anything, when we don't need it, all the bills are paid. What do you have for your person? What do you have for him? What do you have for her? You can't just have monetary things to give somebody. You have to have some substance about you. And guys desire more than that from a woman. If she's giving you money and she's paying bills, if she's doing all this stuff for you, but she can't feed you spiritually, she can't feed you emotionally, like, you have to want more. You deserve more. Same thing with ladies. Number 7, does your mates, whether it's a girl or a guy, do they have quality friends? Do you have friends that can pour into you? Do you have friends that challenge you to be your better self? Do you have friends that are letting you know you can do it? Or are you around people that all they talk about is women or men, sex? If all you have to offer is disrespectful conversations. And another way you could tell, like, somebody, it might not be so much of an emotional thing, but it goes back to a person being the same way. Is their phone always attached to them? Do they take it to the bathroom with them? Everywhere you go, you gotta have that phone get around you and it's on silent. Like, those are things, if in the past what caused you to get to this place, if they're still doing the same things, they're going to still be triggers for you, which will make your mental so scattered. I've been there. I swear I have been there hundreds of times. Like, hundreds of times I have been there. It will not get better. Like, unless the person gets better and does the work, you might as well hang it up, because you're going to have them same conversations over and over and over again, and it'll never fail. Like, I don't know, it's just, you're setting yourself up for failure to think that it's going to be something different, especially if somebody's always saying, well, I'm not going to have this same conversation, you're going to just have to trust me, or, man, get on out of here with that, blah, 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 and then she run on off and still doing the same thing she been doing. 9 times out of 10, you still got the same problems you still always had. Number 9, what does your gut tell you? Especially this part is especially for women, because women's intuition is real. Like, it's a real thing. What does your intuition tell you? You cannot, humans are the number one animal on the planet that do not follow their instinct all the time. And that is something that we need to do. We need to follow our instinct, because our instinct is letting us know when something is wrong. Sometimes you feel it in your gut. You don't even have to be thinking about, and I'm not talking about somebody that's just a worry wart. That's completely different. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about like you're not even thinking about nothing and you just get that pit in your stomach, or nothing's even happening, and then all of a sudden you look up and it's like, it's a dead cat on the line. Like, you just know, but then you let somebody talk you out of that. And guys, you could be the same way. There's men that's like that. They will know that they messing with a thought, or they with somebody that is no count, and you want to be with that person, so you'll just ignore what the signs that she's really giving. Don't ignore them signs, I'm telling you, because you're gonna wind up being hurt. It's gonna hurt you in the long run. And number 10, does anxiety flare up when you need to talk to your person? Do you get, and I don't mean like those like, oh, I don't want to have this conversation. That's some of that normal anxiety. I'm talking about that you almost feel like you want to throw up. I've been there too. I've been there, to where you'll just be like, you just almost feel sick, and then you get to shaking and sweating. Cause, well, that's what I did, because I was diagnosed. I ain't gonna say I have. I've been diagnosed with generalized anxiety, which is like the worst anxiety you can have. And when it's time for me to talk about something that needs to be talked about, I'll throw up. I get sick. My hands be sweating to where I could do like this, and they're like dripping. Oh, y'all like my Skims? I got my whole little get up on, even my shoes. I'll show y'all one day. But yeah, it just throw you all the way off, because you know how it's going to end. That means your instincts are telling you that you're with somebody that you really don't need to be with, because they're not changing. And they're not, if somebody loves you, they're gonna have you in a comfortable place. When you're not comfortable, you guys can work on that together and you can fix it. You don't have to always be in an uproar in your spirit or in your mind or in your emotions. When you're in a safe place, what the world? When you're in, I don't know what this lighting just did, but when you're in a safe place with someone, you feel safe. You feel secure, and know that person's not your savior or anything like that, but you should always be in a position with the person that you love, especially if you live together or you're married. Your home is supposed to be your sanctuary. That's supposed to be where you can come and relax and let your hair down and not have to worry about something. Somebody that you can't even be comfortable around, it's like you're sleeping with the enemy, or you're sleeping with a stranger, or you're in the house with a stranger. Like, okay, this is some type of shelter or something like that. Like, this is a place that you're supposed to reside and feel comfortable, feel safe, feel secure, feel happy. That's how I feel about it. I don't know, I just feel like just ladies or gentlemen, whoever is on the receiving end or not receiving end, if you are in a relationship and the person makes you feel like it's not a relationship, or you're in it alone, do the hard work. You have to talk. You have to get to the bottom of it. If they're not willing to do that, don't allow them to control your narrative. Like, make your decision what you know you should do, because there's somebody out here for everybody. There's somebody that will love you, respect you, talk to you the way you need to be talked to, have those hard conversations. You ever heard the saying, a person changes for the person that they really want? That is the truth. People change for who they want. And I'm gonna tell you, people that know me, like literally know me, they know that this was not me. They know this was not me. I mean, at all. I was one of the most disloyal. You better watch me. That's how I was. You couldn't trust me. Like, unless you couldn't trust me. Because I'm gonna tell you this, and my mom used to say this, and it is still the truth. Okay, if you have a partner, say you have a marriage, you're supposed to love you. This is the person you love more than anybody on the face of this earth. If you can betray that person, nobody else that have any type of relationship with you should trust you. Because if you would do the person that you're supposed to love the most, you do them the worst, Why would somebody be out here trusting you? They shouldn't. And they're setting themselves up for failure. And trust me, I used to live that life. If I couldn't be trusted. And this is not just, God didn't just make one of me. I've been in relationships with people that couldn't be trusted. Like, as far as even if you could see them, couldn't be trusted. Could be right in the same room with you and you can't even trust them. And I used to be that person too. So I know that anybody can change if they want to. And no, I didn't do this on my own. People always say, well, what did you do? What did you do? I know it was hard because, honey, I would smoke with the best of them, drink with the best of them, pill pop with the best of them, cheat with the best of them, lie with the best of them, run around with the best of them, help you hide stuff with the best of them. I mean, you name it, all the negative things, I was doing them and then some. There was no limits. There was no shut off. So I know that if that stuff can disgust me now, God didn't just give me that. And God did this. It was nothing. I couldn't have done it on my own. It had to be God. Like, it's not even in us to do good. Because it's the spirit that's willing. The flesh is what's weak. And you have, whatever you feed is what's the strongest. I was feeding those demons. A lot of times people will say, well, no, you can't blame it on karma. You can't blame it on that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can blame it on that. Sometimes you reap what you sow. That's Bible. So some things are karma. But all of it stems from your actions. You're not going to reap any karma if you're not doing wrong. You're not going to have all them sleepless nights and anxiety and all this stuff if you're not doing wrong. And then it don't feel the same when it's coming to you as it does when you're doing it to somebody else. You don't feel that like that. So know if you're in an emotionally or mentally or an emotionally abusive relationship and get out. Because I'm telling you, if you are with somebody who refuses to change, refuses to change the type of people that they're around, they still enjoy everything they've always enjoyed for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you are not tired of that, but you tired of having a conversation. How are you tired of having a conversation, but you're not tired of doing something you've been doing for 50 years? Or 10 years, or 5 years, or 3 years? Like, how are you not tired of that? But you don't want to have a conversation. The person that someone loves, they will make time. They'll make time for that. So that's all I know. I'm thirsty for real. I am thirsty for real. But y'all, and that's it. I just wanted to say that because I was just thinking about this stuff and I just started writing it down like, that's something like I want to tell. Because shoot, people be out here shiesty. It's some shiesty people in the world. And people can look you dead in your face and act like they got your back. They can have your back when it's time to go shopping, when it's time to go out to eat, when it's time to go have some fun, when it's time to have sex, when it's time to blah, 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 when it's time to do this and that. But when it's time to do those things you don't want to do, they're only going to do that with the person that they feel like they want to do it with. And if they keep telling you no, 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 trust me, they mean it. And it's not going to change. And you're going to wind up in a situation that you wish you had not been in. And that's how a lot of people get on Snap. That's how a lot of people get on Snap. Y'all be playing with people's emotions and then you'll wake up dead. Because everybody don't have the Spirit of God in them. Some people will hurt you. I done went after folks with hammers, honey, knives, a nail gun. That might not look like it, but trust me, trust and believe. I did not play. Even when I knew that you can't even win this fight. I knew I couldn't win the fight. It wasn't about winning the fight. It's about the fact of me standing up for myself. And I used to think, just because I was so small, somebody thought they was gonna run over me. No, you're not gonna run over me. Because I'm going to talk and then I'm going to be about it. And even if you beat me up, it's still not going to change the fact that you're going to know you was in a fight too. And nobody wants to live like that. Like, why would you even want to live like that? when somebody is out there that can love you and nurture you and take care of you, and you can do that for them and just be living happy and cohesive, and let these buzzards have these chickens, or these chickens have these buzzards, whichever way it goes. You better than that. But yeah, that's all. Bye.